Arizona Living, your life, your style. I'm your host, Kate Longworth. Well, it's that time of the year where it's absolutely acceptable to have a 10-pound bag of candy in hand and a graveyard in your front yard. It's Halloween, and so it's only fitting we'd find ourselves here at Easley's costume shop. We'll get to the masks and the wigs in just a little bit, but first, here's what's coming up on the show. The kids can't eat candy for dinner, but we have a great idea that will make everyone come to the table. And the scary fun isn't just on Halloween. We travel to Arizona towns that some say are haunted. And a field trip to the Tempe History Museum. All that and more coming up on Arizona Living. At Easley's costume shop, and I'm joined now by Debbie Easley, owner. And thank you so much for giving us your time right now. I know it's the busy season, and I imagine it's also a little sentimental this time around, being that you guys are closing the doors here after 72 years. What prompted that decision?
Oh, the economy. We want to be more of a family instead of a family business. There's lots of little reasons. I don't think there was just one specific. It's, grandbabies. I could go on and on and on. So, but we're not in trouble and we're not closed yet. We won't be closing till the end of the year. So.
Very exciting, and I know that 4 generations of your family have worked here. Mm-hmm. What has it been like, the dynamic to have this family business?
There's so many pros and cons. Sometimes Christmas is great. Other times it's like, oh, can we just eat and leave? We've seen you for, so right. There's lots of good and bad. I think that's one of the things we're looking forward to, is being able to spend more family time together and enjoying each other because we're always talking and thinking about the business. So it'd be nice to kind of punch out, which we never do.
And Easley's such a Valley favorite place to go to. What's been the thing you're most proud of?
Our community involvement. There's so many wonderful people out there. The schools, the gay community, the Comic-Con community, and everybody's comfortable here. People, I think, know us for our donations. At Christmas we donate hundreds of Santa suits to the police and the fire department and that kind of thing. And that's, I think, so important.
And you guys aren't completely closing the doors after Halloween. What are the plans throughout the end of the year?
Well, we're kind of playing it by ear. The projection, if you will, is we're going to have a great Halloween. Mm-hmm. And then, we still have Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we still have all of those costumes. So we're planning on staying open until the end of the year. Now, if we don't have a buyer for the property, we might even stay open a little longer. So until then, I'm still here.
And Debbie, don't go too far, because after all, we are here. So coming up in a little bit, we'll talk about the costumes that people can put on for Halloween.
I love it. We'll be here.
A startling stat this Halloween. The biggest pizza day of the year? No, it's not Super Bowl Sunday. It's October 31st, this according to the National Restaurant Association. And so now we're going to twist your arm and have you do your part. Eat some pizza. Papa Murphy's makes it easy.
Papa Murphy's is a take and bake pizza franchise. It started in 1980 out of Oregon, and what we essentially do is create your pizza in our stores and then send it home with you to bake in your own oven. And then it's up to you to just cook it in about 15 minutes. Comes out of your oven hot and fresh and ready to eat. So we use only the freshest ingredients on all of our pizza toppings. Our cheese is whole milk mozzarella. We also do a lot of topping cheese, which is a cheddar and provolone mixture, a smoked provolone. And then all of our vegetables come in whole, like you would buy them in a grocery store. We chop everything here in-house and slice it or dice it for your pizza toppings, including Roma tomatoes, zucchini, mushrooms, bell peppers, mixed onions, that sort of thing. We also offer premium vegetables like sun-dried tomatoes, artichokes, and fresh spinach. And then all of our meats are a butcher quality meat, so you're getting the best pepperoni, the best sausage. We have premium toppings like Angus steak and fennel sausage, as well as your traditional Canadian bacon, salamis, ground beef, that sort of thing. what makes Papa Murphy's most unique is that you as a consumer get to come into our stores, watch your pizza being made right in front of you with all of the best ingredients. And we really pride ourselves on all of that high quality that you get as a consumer on your toppings. And I think that our dough is really unique. We make our dough in-house every day, so it's a very fresh pizza crust, and we can offer that to you in a thin crust, a regular crust, a pan crust, and so you have your choice, and you really get to, you know, make and create your own pizza that's unique to you and what your family wants to eat. So in Phoenix, we have 48 Papa Murphy's locations around the valley, so you should be able to find one fairly close to you, and you can stop in and create your pizza, make it here. You can call it in. You can also go to online and order at papamurphys.com, and then when you come in, it's already ready, and you can just grab it and go. So I think what's great about Papa Murphy's is, you know, everybody's running around, everybody's busy. You can grab the pizza, get home, put it in the fridge, and then when the whole family's finally there together after work and school and all the extracurricular activities that are happening, you can get that pizza in the oven, and 15 minutes later you're sitting down with your whole family and you're having a meal together. And that's what's so great about Papa Murphy's, because you don't have to wait for delivery. You don't have to, you know, have somebody eating a cold pizza. You're all there, you're ready, and it's like you made it at home yourself.
And the number one topping on pizza, pepperoni, followed by my favorite, mushroom. Well, now that we have you hungry, still plenty more to feast on coming up on the show. Forget the tulips and roses. We'll show you a pumpkin garden in Carefree that's simply enchanting. And if you're looking for a scary good road trip for the family, we have the perfect places to visit.
Explore more ways that people are leading healthier lives. Head over to Yurview.com for additional videos from your health.
Ready for a scare mixed in with a little history lesson? We're headed to the towns of Jerome and Tombstone to learn about their haunted histories.
If there is such a thing as a haunted town, it's Tombstone.
And there's areas here in Jerome that, you know, unless I absolutely have to go into them, I prefer not to.
We hear voices, footsteps, noises. They like to play with a calculator. Some people take pictures and they get heads of different apparitions in there as well.
The morgue area, I'll stay away from it. I'll stay away.
Something about Tombstone, a feeling, something in the ground. And if you come here, you will feel it.
I've seen things that I can't explain.
You are in the surgery room, which is now just the grand suite of our hotel. This is the world-famous Birdcage Theater. In this building alone, we had 16 gun and knife fights, 26 men lost their life, and 140 bullet holes in the wall, ceilings, and floors.
You know, things would show up at the house, and there was cold spots, and these people had, you know, these, it wasn't even a mist, it was like these shadows and things like that showed up.
Something we call shadow people. And as people walk the boardwalks of Tombstone, they say out of the corner of their eye, they see someone who, when they look, is no longer there.
On a summer day, going out for a walk, you walk by the Cuban Queen and you can still smell lavender, which was the Cuban Queen's favorite perfume.
We also have a stage manager, Charlie Keene, that chimes in once in a while, and he comes across the stage.
These are the spaces where the Earps and Holiday and all the rest of them walked. We have a little saying here, you know, walk where they walk, stand where they fell, and people feel it.
Well, the lady in white actually roams the hall, mainly on this floor, but she has been known and sighted walking down the hall, and sometimes even in this room as well.
the backstage, the Black Mariah, the horse-drawn hearse that took the bodies to Boot Hill Cemetery trimmed in 24-karat gold and sterling silver.
I hear stories of Dr. Jolly, and some guests have seen a green apparition in the big mirror that they have there in the restaurant.
Dice, faro, blackjack tables all remain from the 1800s. This, of course, is where Doc Holliday dealt cards, and this is where Wyatt met his precious Josephine.
We have clairvoyants, we have spiritualists. They all come here, and they always say positive things about this place. It's
one of those things here in Jerome, and living in a ghost town, and with the amount of history and things like that, is the fact that, you know, you're going to bump into things.
Ghosts are the spirits of those who die with unfinished business.
You're put on this plane for a certain reason, and if you're taken off the plane beforehand, the likelihood of you hanging around is pretty good.
And if you come to Tombstone and you're not careful, they will live their lives through you.
The latest trends take center stage at Phoenix Fashion Week this month. Here's a preview.
So exciting to be a part of Phoenix Fashion Week Spring into Style, and it's so phenomenal that I think a lot of the audience doesn't know is how much work goes into putting this together.
Phoenix Fashion Week is year-round. We have amazing events, fashionable events happening between seminars, runway shows, charitable events as well. This is one of those because we're all about fashion, education, and community. That's what sets us apart, that people can learn how to launch a fashion brand and grow a business. We're all about the business of fashion.
Spring into Style is Phoenix Fashion Week's spring event where we feature stylists around Arizona, and it is all about how creative and what they can come up with on the fly, and it features some very popular hot spring trends.
8 years ago, we had the idea to talk about and support and showcase the people behind the scenes, the stylists. They really make the runway shows look amazing, but no one knows that. So we said, let's celebrate them and then challenge them, bring them out to the front. And that's where it was born 8 years ago, Stylist of the Year. And tonight, people flew in from DC, Minnesota, Chicago, just to see who the best stylists were in our city. Fashion in Phoenix is growing. It's an eclectic city we have, right? Everyone comes from different parts of the world. They live here, amazing weather. So we have an eclectic fashion scene, but it's super growing. A lot of emerging talent, a lot of emerging designers and models. And Phoenix Fashion Week is at the forefront of that, at pushing fashion forward in Arizona. 24 fashion shows from designers all over the world will be right here in Phoenix, October 18th through 20th at Talking Stick Resort, Phoenix Fashion Week 2018.
If you want to see all the excitement from Phoenix Fashion Week, you can catch all 3 days on pay-per-view. Just head to the website for more information. Still to come on the show? From the pioneers to ASU and everything in between, we visit the Tempe History Museum for a step back in time. And need a quick costume idea? We have the answer.
Save the dates, October 18th through the 20th. Phoenix Fashion Week, the leading fashion event in the Southwest, showcasing 3 nights of global designer runway shows from Talking Stick Resort in Arizona. Can't make the live shows? Live stream over 25 different fashion shows. Go to phoenixfashionweek.cleeng.com. $9.99 per night, or watch all 3 for just $24.99. Get involved. Vote for the nation's top emerging design. For more great videos highlighting all that's happening across Arizona, visit Yurview.com.
No tricks involved. A great place where you can spend a few hours with the family. From the Native American communities to Arizona State University, the Tempe History Museum is a treasure trove of life from the 7th largest city in the state.
The Tempe History Museum focuses on local history and culture. It is a Valley community museum that's free to the public. And beyond Tempe, we're all connected to other communities, so we cover things beyond Tempe as well. information about ASU, we call it College Town, the Native American population here and close to us, as well as the pioneer era times of our community. The museum was established by the Tempe Historical Society. They are a nonprofit organization that began in 1969, so they're going to be celebrating 50 years. And it was handed off to the city of Tempe in 1991. Some artifacts here at the museum that you'll see if you visit are a fire cart from 1911, precursor to our first fire truck, which is also here at the museum, that was purchased in 1920. We have two interesting totem poles that were in front of Goodwin's store on Mill Avenue in the 1930s, and a variety of other great objects for people to see about our history. So at the museum, we do change the items in our exhibit, and most recently on display is some pioneer era clothing that would have been worn in the 1890s. We currently have a special exhibit on display called Humans of Tempe. We commissioned 4 photographers to go out into 4 quadrants of the community and take pictures on the street, in the stores, and then collect a little story or whatever their thoughts were at that moment about what they were thinking. We've taken these photographs and quotes, direct quotes from the people, and put them into this really fascinating exhibit that gives you a glimpse into the minds and hearts of people of our community. Kids Place at the museum is really geared towards children who are anywhere from toddler size up to, say, age 12. There is a stadium from ASU that when they're in that stadium, they can play with soft blocks and they can see their image on the screen. There's also a dress-up area where they can play theater, a reading area, a little tiny fire truck. There's lots of great items to get hands-on and interactive with things here at the museum for kids. Those are the kinds of things that we talk to the community about, we share history with the community about, and anything that people want to research on their own, we're a resource for that because we have a historian on staff, we have a research library, and there's a lot of information and photographs that can help highlight people's personal history and the history of their property if they have a historic home. For people who want to know more about our events, they can go to our website, www.tempe.gov/museum, and they can see what events are happening, or they can go to our Facebook page. Just look up Tempe History Museum on Facebook and find us.
We're back here with Debbie Easley at Easley's Costume Shop. And Debbie, Halloween is just around the corner. What are you anticipating to be the most popular costume this season?
Oh, it changes every day. You know, the babies want to be Hatchimals one day and then C-3PO the next. So one thing we pride ourselves on is our variety. And because we are closing, we've got lots of things, not everything, but a lot of things on sale. So you can get a really great costume, really good quality for an amazing price. It's kind of a once in a lifetime thing for us.
And for those who really want to be on trend this season, what do you recommend when they're searching for a costume?
Well, I guess it would depend on what their favorite thing is. And I think too, it depends on, you know, sometimes these viral videos come out.
Right.
So, you know, the blow up dinosaurs, okay, we have those because they're just funny, you know, and gorillas are never a bad thing. Anybody can wear a gorilla. You know, we've got something for everybody. Our imaginations never stop. So we can help you be anything.
And then you guys have been open for 72 years. So what's the wildest, the wackiest, the most memorable request you've ever gotten for a costume?
That I can say on TV.
Yes.
Okay. You know, oh my gosh. The public comes up with the awesomest things, but things like worms, maybe even like really big, cumbersome costumes that you think, I don't even know where I would display that for you to wear it. You know, like I said, their imaginations are so great.
And it always seems that at the last minute you'll be invited to a costume party and say Easley's is closed, yet you are a costume expert. So what are some ideas people could do if they found themselves in this situation?
I could be a gangster and a flapper. So if your husband has a suit, all you need to do is maybe find him a hat, a machine gun if you can. You can't always find those, but boys like guns. So, and we have the ones with the tips, so we're safe. You know what I mean? Simple things. You could always, like I said, as a couple, you find a little dress and then maybe if you have a boa and a headband around, you know what I mean? You can put real simple, inexpensive things together, and things that you can maybe even find at Walgreens, because there's always little pieces of things somewhere, these places that stay open. So,
all right, Debbie, thank you so much for joining us, especially during your busy season. Best of luck with Halloween. And for those of you at home who want more on Easley's Costume Shop, visit their website. Up next, a free and fun event for the whole family that's bursting with pumpkins.
Looking for more fun crafting ideas? Head on over to Yurview.com and watch more videos from Creative Living.
Load up the car and head to Carefree for a fun and free event, the Enchanted Pumpkin Garden. Visitors can stroll through the 4 acres of the Carefree Desert Garden. So much to see and loads of beautifully carved pumpkins. And the best part, every day new carved pumpkins are put on display. There's plenty of pumpkin activities and even life-size scarecrows. Plus, you get to see the largest sundial in the Western Hemisphere. Check out the Enchanted Pumpkin Garden every day from October 19th through October 28th. It's open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. and it's free. Head to their website for a schedule of events. We want to thank everyone at Easley's Costume Shop for visiting with us today. If you'd like to get a unique costume this Halloween, head over to Easley's before this Valley institution closes its doors after 72 years. And keep in mind, they are open for many occasions, so if you're looking for a costume or party needs, they have it all from Halloween to Christmas items. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm your host, Kate Longworth. We'll see you next time on Arizona Living, your life, your style, where we help you live your best life.